Leadership in times of disruption is a powerful and relevant concept in today's world, where the pace of change has become constant and unpredictable. Disruption caused by technology, economic shifts, global crises, and evolving work dynamics has challenged traditional leadership styles and demanded a new kind of leader, one who can manage uncertainty and drive transformation with clarity and resilience. True leadership is tested not in comfort but in chaos, and disruptive times require leaders who can offer direction, manage emotions, and inspire hope. Successful leadership today is built on vision, agility, emotional intelligence, and strong communication. A leader must be able to anticipate change, adapt with flexibility, and guide their team from fear and confusion to confidence and productivity. The ability to make timely decisions, even under pressure, is essential because indecision creates more uncertainty. Leaders must also practice emotional intelligence by understanding the fears of their people and building trust through empathy and transparency. Change management plays a vital role in disruptive leadership. It is not only about changing systems and processes, but also about guiding people through emotional transitions. Effective leaders prepare teams for change, manage the transformation in clear steps, and sustain progress by reinforcing new habits and celebrating milestones. However, disruption brings many challenges, such as resistance to change, unclear priorities, and team burnout. Strong leaders overcome these challenges by involving people in decision-making, simplifying goals, focusing on well-being, and fostering a culture of learning and innovation. Real-world examples like Satya Nadella of Microsoft and Jacinta Ardern of New Zealand show how visionary leadership combined with empathy and strategic thinking can turn crises into opportunities. To lead effectively during disruption, leaders must communicate honestly, encourage innovation, and lead by example. They should create resilient teams, empower others, and shift away from outdated top-down leadership toward collaborative teamwork. Modern leadership is not about control, but about influence, inspiration, and impact. It demands a growth mindset, where challenges are seen as opportunities rather than threats. In conclusion, leadership in times of disruption is about guiding people through uncertainty with purpose and courage. It is about being proactive, adaptable, and emotionally strong. Disruption is no longer temporary. It is the new reality. Leaders who embrace change, think boldly, and empower others will not just survive, they will shape the future. Leaders must encourage learning and continuous improvement. In today's world, change happens faster than ever before. Every industry is experiencing disruption through digital technology, artificial intelligence, automation, and shifting market demands. Economic instability, pandemics, and political conflicts have made business environments unpredictable. Leaders can no longer rely on traditional long-term plans. They must develop the ability to adapt quickly. Disruption is not a temporary phase. It is now a permanent part of our world. Effective leaders accept this reality rather than resisting it. They train their teams to respond to rapid changes, stay flexible, and continuously upgrade their strategies and skills. When everything is stable, leadership appears easy. But real leadership is revealed during times of crisis, when fear, confusion, and pressure are at their highest levels. A true leader does not panic in uncertainty. Instead, they remain calm, focused, and supportive. During disruption, people naturally look for someone to guide them. A strong leader becomes a source of trust and direction. They do not have all the answers, but they provide confidence, clarity, and hope, helping people move forward despite challenges and unknowns. A leader must always operate with a clear vision, a roadmap of where they want to take the team or organization. However, in times of disruption, vision alone is not enough. Flexibility becomes equally important. Circumstances change quickly, and leaders must be ready to modify their strategies without losing sight of the long-term goal. This balance of vision and flexibility allows teams to stay focused while adjusting to new realities. Leaders must communicate this vision continuously, so everyone understands the purpose behind the change. During change, people experience fear, doubt, and emotional stress. Emotional intelligence, EQ, allows leaders to recognize and manage these emotions within themselves and others. Leaders with high EQ listen actively, understand people's concerns, and respond with empathy. Instead of forcing change, they make people feel respected and involved in the process. This builds trust, loyalty, and team unity, even during difficult transitions. Emotional intelligence also helps leaders avoid emotional reactions and make balanced, fair decisions. Disruptive times often bring situations where decisions must be made quickly, even with incomplete information. Waiting too long can cause greater losses. Leaders must develop confidence and courage in decision-making. They analyze available data, consult experts when necessary, and take action without delay. Even if a decision isn't perfect, it can be corrected later. What matters is momentum and leadership clarity. A team loses trust when leaders appear confused or hesitant. Quick and strong decision-making keeps operations moving forward under pressure. Leadership in disruption is not only about creating plans. It is about guiding people from one stage to another through a well-managed process. Change management ensures transformation is organized and less stressful. It includes planning each step, communicating clearly, reducing resistance, and making sure everyone understands their role during change. Leaders must break large changes into manageable parts so teams are not overwhelmed. They also need to monitor progress and support people through the transition, providing training, tools, and guidance. During uncertainty, silence creates fear. People become anxious and start assuming negative outcomes. That's why communication is one of the most powerful leadership tools in times of disruption. Leaders must communicate openly, frequently, and honestly, even when the news is not positive. Transparent communication builds trust and keeps teams aligned with goals. Instead of hiding challenges, great leaders explain the situation, the strategy, and the next steps clearly. They also encourage feedback and allow open discussions, so team members feel informed and valued. Resilience is the ability to keep going despite setbacks. In disruptive times, leaders must demonstrate resilience, showing that challenges are temporary and solvable. Teams observe leaders closely, and when leaders stay strong, motivated, and hopeful, it reduces fear among team members. Optimism does not mean ignoring reality. It means focusing on possibilities and solutions rather than problems. A resilient leader turns every difficulty into a learning experience and encourages people to move forward with confidence. Leadership in times of disruption is not about maintaining control. It is about creating direction when there is none. In a world where change is constant and uncertainty is unavoidable, the leaders who succeed are those who stay adaptable, emotionally intelligent, and purpose-driven. They do not fear disruption. They use it as an opportunity to transform systems, inspire people, and build stronger futures. Such leaders understand that change begins with mindset. They embrace flexibility rather than rigidity, collaboration rather than command, and learning rather than perfection. They communicate with honesty, lead with vision, and act with courage, turning challenges into stepping stones for growth. Ultimately, effective leadership during disruption is not about avoiding difficulty, but facing it with confidence and resilience. It is about guiding people through uncertainty with clarity, strategy, and compassion. When leaders combine strong decision-making with empathy, innovation, and consistent action, they don't just survive disruption. They shape progress and lead meaningful transformation.